Spartans, looks like some people are starting to jump in. We're gonna start in about 45 seconds. So for this workout, you're not going to need any equipment. As you can see, my family and I, we live in a pretty small apartment. This is our family room, and we're going to do our whole workout in this little area. So if you live in a small apartment, live in the city, you're going to be able to get a great full body workout in, or any confined space. Maybe you're tuning in and you're in prison. This will be a perfect workout for your jail cell. We'll get going in just a little bit. All right, guys, let's get going. It's 7 a.m. This is my wife, Leah. She's going to be working out with us too. Leah and I, we're going to do our first obstacle course, or she was going to do her first obstacle course race in April, the Stadium Blitz. And like everything else, it got canceled. I know all the Spartan races got canceled for the next 30 days or something, maybe longer. That's no reason not to get a great workout in, even during this craziness. So this workout's going to make you feel great. Mind's going to get clear. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to move into an isometric warm-up, then a dynamic warm-up. Then we're going to move into three circuits. First circuit, we're going to go slow and smooth. Second circuit, we're actually going to go fast but controlled and crisp. Third circuit, we're going to be still and quiet. And then we'll do a cool down. And then I've got a few thoughts for you. This workout's probably going to take 45 minutes to an hour. So get ready to work. Oh, my daughter Brielle's joining us as well. Can you say hi, Brielle? All right, guys. So let's start our isometric warm-up. We're going to start with our wrists and ankles. Then we'll move to our hips, torso, and then finally our shoulders and shoulder blades. So it's going to start out pretty slow, but then we'll ramp up this warm-up as we go along. All right, let's do our wrists. Lots of things on our hands today, so lots of pressure going through the wrists. Let's go to the other side, same thing. We'll just hold for a few seconds or several seconds, and then we'll go to the other side. Hold for several seconds. Good, now let's change directions. We're actually going to go this way. So you're trying to pull your palm to your forearm. So hand here, palm towards your forearm. Try to feel these muscles kick in, and then we'll go the other way. Palm to forearm. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, maybe I'll get a little closer so you can see. Yep, switch sides. Again, palm to forearm. Trying to flex my wrist. Yep. Let's go the other side. Palm to forearm. Good. Now we're actually going to move to our feet and ankles. Okay, feet and ankles. So real simple, we'll start with this one. You'll just simply turn your feet, the inside edges of your feet up. You'll hold for several seconds. Good, and then we'll turn our feet the other way. Hold for several seconds. Now when you're doing this, the tendency is to kind of turn from the legs. Really try to put the focus on the ankles. All right, so turn the feet, inside edges of the feet up. Hold. And again, turn the other direction. Turn the outside edges of the feet up and hold. Good. Let's go ahead and do that one more time each direction. Yep, and the other way. And then just hold. Good. Let's do one more foot ankle warm up. This one, we're just going to kind of rock. You'll rock up onto the balls of your feet. Feel your calves. Yep, and then you'll rock onto your heels. Now the heels, you might have to kind of walk back and forth a little bit to hold because it's hard to keep your balance. So that's okay to kind of walk back and forth. I'll turn around so you can kind of get a different angle. Let's go up onto the balls of the feet. Feel those calves kicking in. Good. And then onto the heels. Good. And again, up onto the balls of the feet. And then up onto the heels. Cool. All right, guys. Now we're going to move into work doing our hips. We're going to do 4 different hip positions. And then we're going to do our torso and then our shoulder blades. So all you need to do is lay down like so. And you're going to just lift your leg up. And you're just going to hold. Now, if you saw my video I sent out to the Spartan athletes the other day, this is the warm-up I sent out. You can easily turn it into some strength training as well, just by holding longer. Good, let's go to the other side. Just hold. We want to make sure all those muscles get warmed up, get fired up, because it's going to be a tough workout today. And if you haven't done so yet, maybe make sure you have some water close at hand, because we're not going to be taking a lot of breaks, and you want to make sure you get some water. So you can grab a quick sip. I've got mine right up there on the shelf. And switch. Again, warming up your hip. And if you're just joining us, I've got my daughter and my wife Leah behind me. Those aren't extra legs I have. I am not Vishnu. I guess Vishnu has arms. All right, let's lay on your stomach. Okay, same deal. You're just going to lift up your leg. And you'll just hold for 10 seconds or so. And you're trying to focus on your butt and hamstring. Hamstring. Try to focus on your butt and hamstring. The tendency this one is to bend the knee. Try to keep your knee straight. Good, and I'll switch the other side. Now, another thing you want to watch out for is make sure you're not rocking your pelvis. You want to keep your pelvis nice and still. And only lift your leg as high as your back feels comfortable. Yeah, let's switch. We'll do that again. Keeping your pelvis still. I just shifted mine, I could tell a little bit. And other side, lift up. Yep, just holding 10 seconds or so. Cool, all right, let's do our hip abductors. We're gonna focus on this muscle right here. Just lift that leg up. Now in this one, you don't want to roll your pelvis forward or backwards. Your pelvis should be straight up and down. And we're trying to feel this muscle kick in. Again, just holding 10 seconds or so. Cool. Now cross your leg over and lift the bottom leg. And hold that. We're going to fire up your hip adductors. Cool. Let's do it again. And up. Just hold them for 10 seconds or so. Good. And other leg. Lift it up. Now with any of these, if you start to feel a cramp or it just feels like it's way too difficult, just lower your leg a little bit. That's totally fine. Good, let's go to the other side. Okay, hip abductor, lifting the leg up, holding for 10 seconds. Again, notice my pelvis is straight up and down. I'm not rolling it forward or backwards. And guys, cool, so feel free to type in questions. If you have any questions or any requests, we're going to pretty much stick to the workout, but I'd be more happy to include something that you really want to do if we've got time. Good, let's do it again. Lifting that top leg, feeling these muscles kick in. My daughter's legs sneaking through. Hey, good, and cross it over and lift it up. Again, getting all these muscles fired up. Good. All right, the hips are good to go. Let's do the torso. Okay, so we're going to get abs, lower back, obliques. Real simple. You're just going to do a crunch and then just hold. And we're just holding for 10 seconds or so. Here you go, bend those knees. There you go. Good, and take it down. Let's do it again. Crunch. And just hold. Squeeze in here. You can tuck your head a little forward if you want to. You can have it back a little bit. We're just trying to squeeze here. Good, nice. Roll over on your tummy. Now we're going to get your back. Arms by your side. If you're just joining us, if you see some limbs or head or hair in the background, that's my daughter and my wife. They decided to join me for the workout this morning. Good, rest. And then we'll do it again. Hold. And rest. Good, roll to your side. Now we're going to work the obliques here. Work on the obliques. So now how we'll do this is you'll lift both legs. You can put this hand here. You just lift both legs up, and you're going to feel these obliques fire up. You can just hold them to 10 seconds or so. Good. Now let's go to the other side. Again, feeling the obliques, lifting both legs up. So at this point, you might be going, man, we're taking a long time to warm up. The more intense a workout's going to be, the longer that warm-up needs to be. Feel those obliques. Good, rest. We'll just do one of those on each side. All right, now we're going to move into the shoulders, shoulder blades. We're actually just going to do one little warm-up. We're going to do a shoulder blade T. So you'll be laying on your tummy, but your arms, whoosh, your arms are going to be out like this, okay? Make sure your arms don't go this way. Okay, you're trying to keep them out long. All right, so you'll lie on your tummy. I'm going to do it this way so you can see me. And you're going to lift those arms up. Now let your head, I'm going to drop my head, I'm going to let my head rest. And you can see my balding head. And you're trying to pull your shoulder blades together and just hold them. Good, rest. Oh yeah, we're not just one rep, we'll do one position. Try to feel those shoulder blade muscles kicking in. This should feel really good. Good, and rest it. Cool, guys, that's our isometric warm-up. Now let's move into our dynamic warm-up. So we're actually going to start moving, not just holding positions. So we're going to start with some marching, okay? Let's do it. Let me get this up a little higher. All right. So marching, very simple. You're going to take the knee up, opposite arm up, same arm back. You're going to switch positions. We'll go pretty slow. Let me go sideways so you can see it. Notice as I'm coming up, my heel's not way out, and it's not way back here, okay? It's kind of in between. We're just marching. And as you get more and more comfortable with this, start taking your knees up a little higher, and you can start going a little faster. And you can start going a little faster. And you can start going a little faster. Try not to turn it into a run, though. Try to keep that torso tall. Try to go a little faster. Little faster. Now check it out. We're going to turn it into a skip. Go this way. Good. Notice I'm not skipping up way up high, but I've got that little bounce going. So I am getting off the floor a little bit. Good. 5 seconds. Good. And bring it to a rest. So that was marching, and then we went to our skip. Okay. Next thing we're going to move into is our high knee run. High knee run. So same thing we were just doing. We're going to run in place. Start with your knees low, and then we'll get higher and higher, okay? I'm getting the knees up. Now check out my arm action. I'm swinging my arms from the shoulders, not from my elbows. Okay, from the shoulders. Now I'm going to start getting those knees up higher and higher and higher. Good. And bring it to a rest. Nice high knee run. Actually, I don't know if you're doing a nice high knee run. I can't see you. Maybe it's terrible. But keep seeing most people are a little more comfortable with their feet turned out. Again, it's going to vary from person to person. Go with what's comfortable. So we're going to do your squats. I'm going to start sideways so you can kind of see what's most comfortable. Good. And we'll slowly come up. Bringing the hips forward. Pushing the hips back. Hold. Slowly coming forward. Now, if you're feeling pretty warmed up, things are feeling good, so you can go a little lower. Go this way so you can kind of see. Slowly coming up. Let's try it again. So you can tell I'm someone who, my hips and knees feel a lot more comfortable when I'm in a wider stance with my feet slightly turned out. That's not going to be true for everyone. You might feel comfortable with a more narrow stance or even a wider stance than what I have, and that's totally fine. Okay, now in these last two, we're going to do something a little different. When you come down, I want you to squat down, maybe halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way. And I want you to squeeze, contract your butt and your thigh muscles, your quads. Try to, should feel awesome. Good, and relax. Okay, we're getting into our last dynamic warm-up. We're actually going to do a side lunge. Okay, so you're going to split the legs apart. We'll go on the right leg. Your butt's going to push back as you bend the knee. I want to do this front angle so you can kind of see me. Notice I'm not turning my hips. Okay, let me do it from a side angle now. That butt is actually pushing back, not out to the side. I'm going to come back up. Leg is straight and coming up. It's up to you how deep you want to take that. It's going to depend on how your body's feeling right now. Taking it out, pushing the butt back. Warming all this stuff up. We're going to use all these muscles today. Good. Let's go the other way. Again, stepping out, pushing the butt back. Look how I'm going straight back. I'm not turning to the side, not bending both knees, and I'm coming up. If you're just tuning in, we're on our last exercise for our warm-up, and we're about to get a great workout in, using almost every area of our body in a very confined space. But we love it, don't we, Leah?
Yes, we do. Great appointment.
And let's do 2 more of these again. Pushing the butt back. Notice how my trail leg's straight. Popping up. Let's do 1 more. Woo. Okay, circuit number 1. I'll explain it to you first. This will be your break as I'm explaining things. We're going to do ape, bear crawl, and crab. Okay, so see what I'm talking about in a second. So we're going to try to do each of these positions for 60 seconds. Again, it's going to be tough. Listen, if you can only do these for 20 seconds, that's fine. Do it for 20 seconds and don't feel bad that you only did it for 20 seconds. But I will tell you, if you start to feel a little challenged, try to push yourself. It's okay. All right, let's do it. Ape, bear crawl, crab. Now these are going to be almost in place. So the ape, it's kind of like our side lunge. We're going to start here. And you're going to be putting the hands down. Sorry, Leah. And you're going to shift. Now watch what I'm going to do with my hands. I'm going to put pressure on my hands. And I'm going to shift to the side. So we're just going to ape side to side. Now, you might not have a lot of space side to side where you're set up. That's okay. I'm going to turn it around this way. Okay, you might have a little more movement. Maybe you can get 2 in. I can almost get 2. Now, for me, you can tell my flexibility in my hips is probably not up to snuff. And so my torso is not really that upright. You're trying to keep your torso as upright as possible, but really drop that butt. Leah probably does a lot better at these than I do. Good, we're almost there. We got about 20 seconds. So I'm not way out here. I'm not back here, okay? All right, let's get going. You're just going to lift the hips up. Now notice my back is not arched. It's flat, and my knees are off the ground, okay? So that's the position. Now let's get into the movement. I'll turn this way. You're going to move. Those movements very subtle, okay? Very subtle. 15 seconds. Hands under the shoulders. Butt up off the ground. Notice I'm not slouching into my shoulders. My shoulders are pressed down. Now, the higher you make that butt go up, the tougher this is going to become, okay? Now, we're going to do the same thing as the bear crawl. You're going to lift up your left leg and your right hand. And then we'll swing back and forth. Try to not move too much. There's going to be some movement. We're just going back and forth. Oops. Oh, sorry, I just messed up. There we go. Okay. So I'm trying to get some different angles so you can see what I'm doing. 15 seconds. Remember, the 2 key words in this circuit are slow and smooth. Nothing is abrupt or drastic or choppy. Slow and smooth. Good, and rest. That's a minute. Cool. Go. 1 minute. Brielle is the master aper. Now, as far as if you need to modify this, you can use fists. That's going to give you a little more height. Yeah, that's one way to do it. But try to get low as you can go. Good. In these minutes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Remember, slow movement. Opposite leg, opposite arm. You know what's weird? I don't think I've ever seen a bear actually crawl like this. Do bears crawl like this? Why is it called a bear crawl? Start your movement if you haven't yet. We're already nearing 30 seconds. So another modification you can make to these, if these are really hard, there's lots of ways to make these easier, lots of ways to progress these. If you're looking for progression, take that arm back further and leg out further. Lift those hips up higher. Okay? Or you can just go back to your side to side. All right, back to the ape. Last round. This is round 3. Come on, hang in there. Slow and smooth. Now, you're probably already noticing that your wrists are really working hard, right? They're getting challenged. Now you're going, oh, I see why Patrick warmed up those wrists. I'm a thinking man. Got to prepare those wrists. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, right into your bear crawl. Good, now if you've got the space, we're gonna turn this bear crawl and we're actually gonna do some movement. So forwards and then backwards, okay? It's the same thing you were doing, you're just moving now, okay? Here we go. Let's do it. You hop an embryo. Whoops. Let's do it. Keep that bottom low. I bet you're making the same mistake. Keep that bottom low. Good. Right into the crab. Going this way. Now let's add some movement. We'll go forwards and backwards. About 30 seconds. Okay, notice my shoulders are staying down. I'm not here. Keeping my shoulders down. Keeping that butt up. Modify it. You can drop the butt lower. Amplify it. Raise those hips up. You could modify it by just holding still. You could even just do some hip bridging. It's totally up to you. You're trying to challenge yourself as much as you can. Good. And that's a minute. Whoa. 3 rounds of animal movements. Ugh. Okay, we're on to our second circuit. This is going to get pretty cool. So the key phrase here is we're going to do it fast, but controlled and crisp. Controlled and crisp. We're going to do 3 exercises. Mountain climbers, jumping jacks, burpees. Yes! And we're going to do each of these exercises for 60 seconds. 60 seconds. All right, grab a sip and let's get into it. Again, rolling clock. All right, guys, here we go. 3 rounds, 3 exercises, 60 seconds. We're starting with mountain climbers. We're going to start with this variation. You're here, and you're just going to run in place. So I'm taking my knee to my elbow, or for the most part. So it's, oops, it's here. Okay, now let's make it fast and crisp. Now for fun, if you want to, you can try something a little more fluid and just switch the legs and bounce. There's going to be a lot more movement in the shoulders and the butt, of course. This is going to wear you out. And now I'm going to go back to my other run. We're at 40 seconds. Try to keep that core locked in. I'm going to pick up the pace these last 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go right into our jumping jacks. Okay, we're going to do fast and crisp. Okay, let's start like this. Good. Now let's go fast and crisp, but make it a little faster. Now, if you want to add a cool variation, watch what I'm going to do with my feet. I'm going to cross, cross, cross. Okay, lots of modifications for the jumping jack. Okay, you got 10 seconds. You could just go side to side. That'd be an easy variation. You go back to the original that we're doing. We kind of pause. Good, and rest. All right, 1 minute burpees. So we're doing the squat, coming all the way down. Now I'm going to get to the point, I'm actually going to let my heels come up so I can place my hands on the ground. I'll roll forward, shoot the legs back, clean push up, shoot the legs forward, and jump up. That's 1 burpee, okay? Fast and crisp. This is a great time. Some of you maybe have been temporarily laid off. This is a great time to actually work on some detailed stuff that you don't usually get to work on. Read a good book, pray more, get exercise in. There's lots and lots of ways, not just to occupy your time, but to thrive during this time. Yeah, come on over, Brio. Good, I'm going to turn this way. Here, Brio, let me get in front. This will get your heart rate up. Woo! The actor Jack Lemmon, who would eat a lemon every morning and do this crazy newfangled exercise. I've heard it's named after the great late Jack LaLanne, who is one of the pioneers of not just fitness, but home fitness. And that's what we're getting after today. 8 at a pretty fast tempo, okay? So if you're getting tired, it's okay. Stop for a moment, do a modification, but get right back into it when you can, okay? All right, last exercise in this circuit, and we've got one more round. Burpees. I'll do them this way this time. 1 minute, let's do it. Squat, and then just step back. And you can do a rolling push-up. I lower my knees first, and then step forward. The modification. Squat, just step back. Rolling push-up. Roll it back. Step forward. Woo, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1, good, rest. All right, guys, round 3 coming up. 60-second break. Help you build mental toughness. Being mentally tough. You might be physically strong, but are you strong on the inside as well? And hopefully before our time is out together, we're actually going to talk a little bit about coming more from within, but there's another kind of strength we're going to talk about at the end. Okay, guys, it looks like we had a little hiccup there in my internet connection, but we're back. We were resting. We're having another little hiccup. Hang in there, my time stuff. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. I think we're reconnected. We got to work on this internet connection. I'm going to type something out to you so you know that I'm still here. Hang in there. Internet connection. Reconnecting. There we go. Okay, I think we got our internet connection back. I think so. Okay, cool. All right, so let's pick up. We got round 3 of the circuit coming up. We were just talking about physical strength, mental strength, but also a different kind of strength that comes strength. And looks like Talia is going to join us too. All right, mountain climbers, jumping jacks, burpees. Let's do it. Rolling clock. Here we go. Mountain climbers, yeah.
Yeah, mountain climbers.